Hey guys, 8-Bit Fits here, and we're going to be going over how to get your Raspberry Pi set up to run RetroPie today. So a few things that we'll need first is we'll need our Raspberry Pi, and we'll need a case and a fan. So that way we can make sure the Raspberry Pi stays cool, and we want a case to keep that Raspberry Pi nice and protected. We're also going to want a micro SD card, either a SanDisk or a Samsung, something like that. We're going to put that micro SD card into the SD card adapter, put that into the USB adapter, and plug that right into our PC. So the Raspberry Pi website is going to give you a wealth of information on how to get everything up and running. The most important thing to be looking at is the docs page right here. This will have your first installation, getting started, and all the list of different emulators you can have. You've got Ataris, you've got your ColecoVision, you have a Master System, you've got Nintendo, PlayStation 1, a Sega CD, everything you can think of retro gaming wise is going to be on here for you to play. And your Raspberry Pi 4 can play it all. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is we're going to click on first installation. It's going to tell us what to do. And you're going to see here, it wants us to use the Raspberry Pi Imager. It is the easiest way to get this up and running, and that's what we're going to use. So we're going to open up Raspberry Pi Imager. There's a link in the description on how to get it running. We're going to click Choose OS, and we want a game system. And we're going to pick RetroPie. And these are the different, it'll run on different RetroPies. This is for the Raspberry Pi 1 and the 0. This is on the Raspberry 2 and 3. And this is the Raspberry Pi 4 and 400. We've got a Raspberry Pi 4 we're going to be setting up, so we're going to click on that. And then we're going to choose our storage. I got 2 external hard drives here, and this is the micro SD card I have. So we'll go ahead and we'll click that, and we're going to click Write. And it's going to say everything on there is going to get deleted because we want it deleted and we want to set up Raspberry Pi. RetroPie, excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and click yes, and it's going to go ahead and write the system, and it's going to verify. It's going to take about 5 minutes or so. All right, so we've got it all imaged. Again, it took us about 7 minutes or so to get that done. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue. We're going to pull the SD card out, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it into our RetroPie. Once it's in, we're going to turn the power on, and we'll have the RetroPie boot up screen here. This takes about 3 minutes to get done. I'm going to go through what it needs to get, everything it needs to do, and then once you're up and running here, you are good to go ahead to install some ROMs and get running on RetroPie. So after this is done, it's going to have us set up a gamepad. What I've got right now is I've got a Nintendo type controller here, 4-button with the 2 LNRs, or 1 LNR, excuse me, that we're going to set up to run. This will run Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, Genesis games, Master System games. Most of them except for the ones that need the analog stick and the 2 triggers, the button and the trigger, the bumper and the trigger. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to press A, or hold A rather, to configure the gamepad. So we're going to press up on the D-pad to do the D-pad up, the D-pad down, D-pad left, D-pad right, start, and then select A button, the B button, the X button, the Y button, our left shoulder, and then our right shoulder. That's all the buttons I have on my controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold the button, and it's going to skip it. Nothing defined, nothing defined, nothing defined. Oops, didn't hold it long enough. So it won't let you define any of the keys for more than one button. So if I want to go up, oh, can't do that, it's already taken. Okay. The only thing that doesn't hold true for is the hotkey button. And the hotkey button allows you to do restarts and save states and everything like that. Okay. So here's the hotkey enable. Select is the best key to use for that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the select button to define that. Go OK. All right, and then we'll go B. All right, now that we've got RetroPie all set up, we're going to want to go in and we're going to set our Wi-Fi. So we're going to want to go into RetroPie, and the very bottom here says Wi-Fi. We're going to click on that. And we're going to connect to our Wi-Fi. And there's a list of the available Wi-Fis in this area, so you're going to pick one. And then you go ahead into your password. Once the password is entered, you're going to want to restart the system, and now you'll be able to detect it on your network. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You can get notified of all the updates I have on this channel.